to He Said, She Said, everybody. I'm Pastor Eli. I got my girl, Lady Nakia, with me, and we got our special guest, Ron G, in the building, everybody. Babe, we're excited about today.
We are so excited to have this great young man on this show today.
He got a testimony for you. We're going to get there in a second. But most of you know that since we began the show, it's kind of evolved into many things, man. We go from relationships. We go from, we talk about police action, shootings. I mean, everything on the show.
Everything. I don't know.
It's serious. We pull it in.
You got something you want to talk about?
We pull it in, don't we? Man, so today we thought it important to bring in my guy, Ron G. We want to be able to just have a gambit of things to talk about on the show. And today is really important and near and dear to our heart. Ron, real quick, man, you have something called Cease Fire Indy. Cease Fire Indy. If you haven't heard about it, you got to follow this young man on social media. He's really out here in these streets. And we want to kind of hear your story, man, if you don't mind telling us about it.
The People's Movement.
The People's Movement. I like that. You got the People's Church. The People's Movement. We love that.
The People's Church, the People's Movement.
Absolutely.
This is not my movement. This is our movement.
It's serious, man. Do me a favor, man. Tell us about how it kind of started and a little bit of your testimony.
But real quick, man, let me tell you about the People's Church, man. The first time I ever heard the People's Church, I was in jail. Yes, okay. Ron G went to jail.
Absolutely.
Okay. Ron G went to jail for driving while suspended. Ended up finding out I was a habitual track offender.
There's a lot of people driving while suspended. That's going to be our next show.
Yes, we need you to get that together.
So they caught you riding dirty. They caught you riding dirty.
Driving while suspended, but turned out I was a habitual track offender.
Wow.
So Ron G don't drive.
Wow.
Okay, now remember that.
Yeah.
Because that got something to do with the testimony.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Okay, Ron G does not drive. Okay.
Wow.
So what happened though a year ago after I got out of jail?
Right.
After I got out of jail, I was sitting at one of my properties because I also have homes to where I rent out rooms. So I'm sitting at one of my properties. My dad, Ronald Gilmore, he comes over. He's like, he had just had like a meeting with like the mayor about just all the senseless violence,
right.
All the senseless killings.
Right.
So Eli, man, I'm over there sitting, man. And then, if anybody, have you ever heard God spoke? Do you believe God speaks?
Yes, sir. He does.
Absolutely. No, like for real. This ain't no bang bang.
Real talk.
Do he really speak?
Yes, sir.
So let me tell you what he told me. They thought I was crazy too. Let me tell you this. So God was like, get on the bus and go to 30th and Keystone and hold a poster board.
Wow.
You hear me?
Yeah. Like a real poster board.
Okay, now let me tell you, a real poster board. Something
like the panhandlers be out there.
Yeah. Talking about, I want to see my kids grow. Hashtag Cease Fire Indy.
Right.
So I'm like, God, you really want me to get on this bus and go to 38th and Keystone? 38th and Keystone is one of the busiest intersections in Indianapolis.
That's
the
true.
busiest intersection.
Right.
God, Father, Lord, Jesus, you want me to really do this? So as I'm walking up there, he already got me walking like my feet just moved.
Right.
I didn't even know I moved. By now I'm out the house, but I'm to the bus stop. I'm like, what's going on? I'm like, so I'm going, but I'm calling my brother. I'm like, bro, God told me to go. He's like, man, is you crazy?
Right,
He's like, is you crazy? I'm like, yeah, man, I'm just calling, building up. So next thing you know, I get to the bus stop. Why the bus come right now? I didn't have to wait and think about it. I couldn't even walk back to the house.
Get to the stop.
I get to the stop.
The bus is there.
He
Get on.
speaks.
You hear me? So I'm like, oh man, I'm on it down. I'm like, shoot, so I'm still calling people. Hey, bro, man, meet me up there or something, man. I'm up here. I'm about to go up here. You feel me? So I'm riding up there. Keystone, I happen to live on right near Keystone.
Right.
So I only have to go a straight shot. So I didn't have to get no bus transfer, no nothing.
Absolutely.
So I'm over here. I'm like, I'm on the bus. So it took 10 minutes. See, in the Dollar General right there.
Right.
I think I had like $6.
Right.
$6 to my name. After I had spent the $4 because I wanted to make sure I at least get home.
Right.
You feel me? So I went to Dollar General room. Asked the lady to use a market, so I saved $1. Rolled down with my hand moving. You hear me? My hand moving, like everything felt like it was moving, and I didn't even have no control of it.
Right.
That's good.
This is true. This is facts. Good. So I hit the corner. I hit the median. You hear me?
And what the sign say?
Cease Fire Indy. I just want to see my kids grow. That's what it said. I'm on there. So 30 minutes later, everybody's calling. Root me on. Root me on. Go, 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 go. That's how Cease Fire Indy started.
Wow.
It don't take you to be popular. It don't take you to have all the money.
You didn't have 30
That's
people.
True.
I didn't have.
You didn't have a grant.
All he had was $6.
No,
He had $6.
$6.
Yeah.
So now you got momentum. People see you out
So
there.
now I got momentum. So at the same time though, you feel me? When you ever do, first off, whenever you're doing this work, you feel me? Go by what God tells you to do.
Absolutely.
You know, don't worry about the naysayers, you know, because I've been called in emergency meetings when I first get out here. I had everybody call me like, hey man, you need to do it this way, you need to do it. I just tell you, God said get off that bus.
Wow.
That's how he said he gonna lead this.
Wow.
Our movement. He said he gonna lead our movement.
So God spoke to you.
Spoke to me.
Told you go stand on the corner.
Yes.
You got a sign by yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You got momentum going.
Momentum.
Then what happens?
So I started doing free barbecues.
Right.
Free barbecues each and every Saturday last year.
Right.
Now keep in mind, I ain't got no money.
Right.
Cause I'm broke.
Right.
But let me show you how I know it's our movement. So as I'm pulling up at different locations, so I'm one time for instance, Eli. So I'm over here, I'm like, I think I got like $60. I'm trying to hold on to it. I gotta go to work and everything.
Right.
I look over here, I'm on High School Road. I look over here, and there's a lady over there with a whole car full of food.
Wow.
Full of food.
Wow.
Really?
So I said God spoke. So each and every Saturday we giving out free barbecue. So this ain't no you get a ticket. You know how sometimes you get a ticket.
Right.
You feel me? You can get a little hot dog. You feel me? A little bag of chips.
Come
but this
on.
is all you can eat. You hear me?
Wow.
And we got the best free chicken in the city.
Right.
Chicken. All you can eat chicken.
Yeah.
So where do you go
like chicken.
where you can get free barbecue all you can eat at a Cease Fire event?
And you
Yeah.
said,
So who's coming here?
wow.
Who's coming to these events?
Right.
Those
The
that-
drunkins,
Absolutely.
the homeless,
Right.
the thugs,
Right.
the dope boys.
Absolutely.
I don't care who come.
Right.
But as long as y'all come here.
Right.
Because I'm going to offer you this, but I'm going to make you leave with a message.
Yes.
So is this a pitch-in? People are just pitching in?
Pitching in.
Wow.
The little people. The little people. Some people like, why ain't you got no grant check? Why don't you do no 501 nothing? I don't need no 501 nothing.
Right.
But
speak to the person who know God is speaking to them about doing something for our city, but they're waiting on a check or they're waiting on funding. Speak to them real quick for me.
Keep waiting. Because it probably ain't going to come.
It ain't coming.
You know, when I say we got to action, you know, we got to be actionists.
Right.
You know, we got advocates, we got actionists, and I'm just an activator now. You feel me? Coming on this second year.
Come
Right.
on.
So an actionist is somebody who actionist. Last week, 38th and Post to 38th and Franklin.
Right.
The medians, tall grass.
Right.
How many we ride past? Everybody ride past.
Right.
In our community,
Right.
it ain't nobody stopping. Brought their lawnmower out nothing.
Right.
So what we did with Ace Williams and D. Ross, we got our little lawnmowers.
Right.
You feel me? And we cut them ourselves.
Right.
You feel me?
So you didn't call the mayor action
You didn't call the mayor action
You just
hotline.
get out there, represent. One thing I love about what you do, what I was able to observe, is you don't wait on nobody. You just get out here. You say you love your city. You say you love your community. You're not waiting till something happens to get out there. What about the unity piece? Because you know there are people who would say, okay, you know, Black Lives Matter, or what about when black people kill black people, or what about when you're out here, period. It doesn't matter if the police do it, if it's just, you know, black on black crime. Why don't you speak to that for me? What about that unity piece about us really coming together?
The unity comes where everybody activates themselves. And don't worry about is your logo on the flyer.
Right.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it, your name in bold print over here.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You start to worry about so many different things, the cameras, different things that deter you from your mission.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, but our mission is to spread love, because that's all I'm about. I'm not Black Lives Matter, I'm All Lives Matter.
But remember, and how old are you? Well, I don't know.
I'm 32. I just turned 32, June 30th.
Okay, so you.
Women worry about that. We don't worry about that.
Well, yeah.
I'm married too, so
I'm
yeah.
not worried because I'm 21, so I mean, it really doesn't matter to me. But you remember when we were growing up, it was community.
Yeah.
Like you had a sense of community. Like I mean, all the things that are going on now, we don't know each other. So a lot of stuff that is going on, it's not because it's people that we grew up with, or you know, people whose family have known each other. It's people that we don't know.
Right.
So remember, it was like you knew Miss Parker, and you knew Miss Johnson, and you knew Miss Jackson. You know, all that lived down the street from you, your neighbors whom you can go borrow some sugar and a cup of milk from. Now we don't know our neighbors. We don't know, you know, who lives down the street from us. So now it's almost like we're trying to put together something that has been broken over time, and so you know.
You start using phrases like, this is one of my phrases. There's no such thing as strangers, we're all family.
Real. Real.
So I push that message on Facebook. Sometimes I start out like there's no such, then everybody start pulling in. So we use Facebook to our advantage to start bringing that love.
That's right.
There's no stranger here. You feel me? Because I've been in foster care, I've been adopted out of, you feel me?
Right.
So I had to be able to try to find them.
Right.
You feel me? Now I see how much it is about how it's easy to show love.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, so for all those who feel like, you know, they're like the underdog or they're just missing something, you got the power.
Right.
You have the power.
Right. Let me ask you this. What can we do, in your opinion, as a community to back each other in these movements that are going on? What can you what do you see that we can do to really come together?
Well, I would say like the John mom said, the guy that the young guy that got killed, rest in peace. What she said is though, when you see somebody in there stealing in the store, tell them, hey, that's not right.
Right.
Yeah.
If you see somebody getting in a car with some wrong people, be
Right.
like, nah, don't do
So
that.
almost policing each other.
Yeah.
Like policing our own community.
Yes, loving each other.
That's right.
The word policing, though, you feel me, it makes it seem like somebody superior. Just love each other. Treat them like it's your
But
name.
here's the thing, though. Now we have the mentality of don't say nothing to my child.
Right.
Or, you know, don't say nothing to me.
That's a different topic. We may have to start a different show.
Definitely
You're
a
absolutely
different
right.
topic.
But really on that, though, real quick, we have to open up, I call them uncomfortable conversations.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Or we're going to keep beating behind that bush.
Absolutely.
We really want to say something.
Right.
You know, sometimes I feel myself get weak sometimes.
Right.
You feel me? But God
That's
said,
right.
no, say what you mean,
That's
son.
right.
Yes, yes.
Say what you mean.
Especially
Or
in a society where everybody wants to be liked.
Yeah.
You still have to have those uncomfortable conversations.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You know, do what you say, mean what you say. I think it's important for us to really bring it to the table. This is what it is. You know what I'm saying? And another thing I love everything that's going on with your movement. But another thing that the people's movement. One thing that I actually love is the fact that there's no big eyes, little U's.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There are no, okay, this is your community, or there's certain pastors, there's certain leaders who won't get behind certain things unless they're in charge of it. But what I love about it is that it doesn't stop you. That it doesn't, it's discouraging at times, because we were just talking the other day about when we started pastoring, man, we just thought that everybody would love us because we were pastoring.
Yeah.
We didn't think that some people would hate on you and people talk about what you're doing to kind of stunt your growth. But you push through that. How do you get through that?
Hey, I had to cuss a couple people out. I ain't
Really?
Hey, just keep it all the way real, I had to just stay true to who I was.
That's real.
Because like I said, I never came out here perfect. All I said was God told me to get on this bus.
That's it.
Too many people worry about, is they perfect because they perfect.
Right.
Yeah.
But somebody got to be in them crack houses at 3 o'clock in the morning
That's true.
to see what's going on. Somebody got to be in these streets.
Speak to that.
What's going on.
Speak to the person who maybe feel like they're unworthy to do it. I know we struggle with that a lot. We struggle with that. We thought that we had to have everything perfect. A perfect marriage, perfect parents. Speak to the person who says, I want to do something.
So I made a stat yesterday that said, shout out to all those who went to the club the night before but still made it to church.
Real.
Because sometimes we're all battling with something. We all have our inner demons. But if we start realizing that ain't
if you was at the club, my members were there. I just want you to know that. People church members, you probably met some of them.
They probably came to church with they club
clothes on. Matter of fact, we love that type of church, by the way.
So we just try to keep, because, thank God for grace.
Yes.
And thank God for mercy.
Yes.
God knows the things and the struggles that we're going through battling. You even remember back in the days when we didn't have phones.
Absolutely.
We didn't have all them TV channels and stuff. God knows that we're battling.
Right.
They're killing us out here for no reason.
Right.
God knows that we're fighting.
Right.
So we just got to keep fighting.
So
Sin, but sin less, because we all going to sin.
I love it. Let me ask you this. If a person wants to get involved with Cease Fire Indy, what would they have to do to be a part of it?
Tell me what you want me to do.
Really?
That's all you got to do.
Is there initiation? You got to get jumped in. I mean, how do you get...
So what I have been lately is that a lot of people call on me because they have an idea.
Okay.
So that's why I feel like now I'm an activator now. You feel me? So they come with an idea. Hey, I want to do this event. I want to do this, So I'll be like, okay, let's do it. You feel me? So I get them activated because, it's hate to say this, but there's a lot of people that they could call on, but they can't call on.
Why is that?
They gonna look. Oh, nah, you can't come over here with that, or they'll steal their idea. Too many people worry about somebody stealing their idea.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Why? We I swear, I ain't gonna lie. Been in this for a year and a half now, not knowing nothing about no activists, nothing. I didn't know nothing about that. The activism is kind of like a game now.
Wow.
It's that deep.
Wow.
And me coming from the streets, from the ditty gritty, you feel me? I'm sickening by it.
Right.
I'm sickening by it.
So if you didn't come from where they come from, or if you weren't raised in their
or it's all clicks. You feel me? It's all clicks.
But it doesn't discourage you because you keep moving. You keep moving around it.
I got the streets behind me. You know, the streets behind me for the underdogs. You feel me? You want the mirrors and stuff at your stuff. That's cool. But I gotta have this homeless guy.
Right.
I gotta have this dope fiend. You feel me?
That's real.
Behind me.
My type of crowd.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this, are there public figures that show up to you? Do they reach out to you? Have they showed an interest in what you do?
Yeah, I've been doing work with Indy Can. Shout out to Indy Can.
Yeah,
they're definitely policy pushers. Like I said, last year, I mean, they called me out the blue. Hey, we're gonna send you to Washington D.C. I'd have been places where I was just in LA. You feel me? All keep in mind. That's $6 that I had.
That's $6.
That's $6 that I
I think that's encouraging. I
keep saying that.
I think somebody needs to hear that all it takes is you to put feet to your faith.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Is that
That's
good?
it.
Somebody sent me an offer for that.
Feet
Put feet to your faith. It's one thing for you. It's one thing for you to hear God. It's one thing for you to get a vision. It's one thing to have a dream. But if you don't get on that bus, bro, if you don't get out there and write that sign, if you don't with $6 in your pocket, if you don't do that, faith without works is dead. So it means nothing. So I want to speak to somebody and tell you, man, you might be the one. You might be the lady with the organization, with the homeless shelter, with the group home. You have an idea, God's speaking to you about doing it, but you got to get out there and do something.
I'm telling you, you got to do it.
That's real.
That's why I say I always have to stick on that. You feel me? Where did it always start? And then that's when I started realizing that he really did it. Because people was waiting on me to fall down. They was waiting on me like, he ain't gonna last.
Right.
He ain't gonna last. Yeah. I'm still counting them. Because it really, so many people count how many people come to the event. But I tell them to count impactful interactions.
Right.
You can have 1 million people at your event, but if you don't leave that event not knowing somebody, not with the shakes because you just heard that story, what are you doing this for?
So it's not about the numbers.
Make you want to do something.
It's not about the numbers.
So it's not about the numbers.
No, you gotta be out there talking to them people. You gotta search. God said be watchful when you pray. You know what that means? That means you gotta seek for somebody to pray for.
Yeah, I love it.
You hear me?
I love
they need to tell you that they're going through a hard time. Oh, I'm looking for somebody to pray for.
Right.
You hear me?
So when you show up to a Cease Fire Indy event, when you're there, part of the movement, what usually happens? Is there a structure to it every time you're out? Like, what can I expect if I show up?
God to lead the mission.
Okay.
Nothing structured about it.
Yeah.
I don't drive, so it was time. But I didn't know I was.
He don't drive, everybody. I want to put that out there.
We have to keep
He does not drive. He was on the bus when he started Cease Fire.
So how for a year straight did I get the grills up there to the place? How did I get to the grocery store? How did I do that?
Right.
From our movement, our people. It would be somebody just showing up at my door talking about, "Are you ready?" With a truck, you feel me? You know how hard it is to bring a grill? So when it comes to all these people try to plan an event, we're going to plan this barbecue 3 months from now.
Yeah.
No. It's too much planning and not enough working. Too much planning, not enough standing.
So you didn't have too much planning, not enough standing. So you didn't have a meeting. You didn't have the formal board. You don't have any of that. But every time God provides. So
they think I'm lying, don't they? Okay.
Every time God
I know y'all getting the Holy Ghost back there. I know y'all getting the Holy Ghost.
Somebody feel the Spirit right now.
I know I ain't lying.
God provides.
Let you know that God is still in the blessing business.
It's real.
He is willing and ready to help you on your behalf and do something on your behalf. But you got to do something.
You have to do something.
I mean, I remember the old saying, the old mothers used to say, God, you take one step and God will take another.
Right.
Like you got to do something in order for him to be able to move for you. He ain't going to move you. He ain't going to pick you up off that couch. He not going to pick you up off that job. He not going to pick you up from where you are to take you someplace else. You're going to have to get up and you're going to have to do something.
That's real. Okay, so tell me, how can people get in touch with you, get involved in the movement, donate to the movement?
Absolutely.
We know that money make the world go round. For some reason, people make it seem like it doesn't, but it does. The Bible says the love of money is the root of all evil, but I promise you, money make the world move. So how can people get in touch with you? How can people give to the movement? Let us know.
Hit me up on my Facebook, Ron G, RONGE. I don't save numbers, in my phone.
Okay.
I don't know why. But hit me up on Messenger.
Okay.
Because I am like a Facebook junkie.
Right.
And the reason why, because you can touch so many people.
That's real.
If I got 5,000 friends, you feel me?
Yeah.
At least 1,000 of them going to see a good quote.
That's real.
I'm here to uplift people.
That's good.
I'm here to uplift people.
I love
You hear me?
That's good.
I love it.
When they down and out, when they talking about this and talking about that on Facebook,
That's real.
I'm in their inbox telling them, hold on.
That's real.
God is not done with you
That's
yet.
good.
Wow.
That's good.
So just hit me up there.
And so when they hit you up, they can show up. So when are the events? Is it when something happens? Or when is there?
Lately, I feel like God is definitely steering me into another direction.
Okay.
So if anybody want to do free barbecues every Saturday, please do it.
So right now you're doing barbecues every week.
I haven't done it in like last month because, like I said, God is steering me to another direction. Okay. So He's activating me. So the ones that call me up and talking about I want to do a barbecue, you feel me? I help orchestrate it.
Absolutely.
Right now I got like 5 houses to where I'm homing people in there. Also doing a free clothes and all of that. So really, if you're going through anything to where like you need anything, hit me up in the inbox and I can probably get it for you. And let me really speak on this real quick.
Go ahead.
Because I used to do something. I do something now called a helper alert.
Yeah.
So a helper alert is when somebody inbox me
and
say that, hey, G, I need size 10, 12, this and that, this and that. This is what I need, you feel me? I crop out their name. Hope y'all listen, I crop out their name.
This is a helper alert.
Post it on Facebook. And then in 30 minutes, they done had stuff that they need. A lady came to a Cease Fire the next day and said somebody dropped off a whole section over to them.
Are you serious?
Serious.
Wow.
I am serious.
Wow.
The power of what we have in Indy.
Say that again.
Wow.
Say that again. You
A
put out
lady
not
hit
an Amber Alert.
Not an Amber Alert.
You put out a helper alert.
A helper alert.
And that is somebody needs some help.
Somebody needs
You
some
put
help.
it on Facebook. And
Crop out their name.
Right.
And the lady, the next day came out talking about somebody dropped off a whole section over to her house. Because she didn't like furniture. She just moved in.
Wow.
A lot of people are ashamed of it. You know, ashamed of it. But I'm telling you, don't be ashamed because it works. It's proven faster. Lady last week, same thing. Needed clothes, needed this. Now she needed food.
Right.
That's why I love our city. Some people be like, throw away Indy. Don't throw away Indy. Because we have so many people that's right here that don't need the fame and glory. Don't need none of that. And I'm telling you that they coming through.
That's real.
So watch out for them helpers alert. And they will
that.
get you jobs. They will do everything. And it's a stranger. Because there's no such thing as stranger. We're all family.
We're all family.
Oh, that's a proven thing.
Let me tell you what I absolutely appreciate. I know I hear people talk about throwaway Indy. You know, but I'm from here.
Yeah.
We're from here.
We're from here.
And we love our city.
Yes.
We do. We've even adopted the sports team, so you know we love our city.
Good.
Paul George's gone, and we still love our city.
Yeah.
I love the helper alert idea because it is what the book of Acts talks about. It is everybody helping each other. Nobody trying to get the glory or the shine, but it's really helping each other. And I appreciate that, man.
Them the people that does it don't want no fame, don't want no shout out, no nothing.
They don't want it. So so once again, I want you to tell the story of how you first heard us real quick. Once again, you can hit Ryan G up. He's on Facebook. Hit him in Messenger. We got somebody out there does a website. You need a website. Matter of fact, shout out to our own people, man. They'll get you that if you need that. I want to make sure that as a community we do that. Man. Do me a favor before we gotta go. Do me a favor and tell the people how you first heard about us and the People's Church.
How I first heard about the People's Church was laying on
Somebody gonna cry.
laying on my cot in CCA in my oranges because I was driving. I wasn't supposed to be driving, and I'm doing 6 months in here. So I listened to them for at least 3 of the months.
Wow.
On Mondays, and I just heard the People's Church.
Wow.
First of all, their name just sounds so good.
Right. I love it.
And then the word that he was delivering just sounds so normal.
Yeah.
And the things that they was speaking about.
Absolutely.
Now you say sounds so normal. Let's merge these two conversations. I was on the radio. We were on for months, right?
Yeah.
And I got discouraged, bro. I know, pastor not supposed to get discouraged. I got discouraged, and most our people know this. I was discouraged because I didn't sound like everybody else. Bro, I'm so serious. Ask my wife. One day I said, today is my last day because I'm coming off the air. I walk in the hall. She says, "What's wrong?" I said, "I don't sound like everybody else. You know, preachers got this preacher voice, that rasp. You kind of got the raspy boy. Like they had that, and I didn't have that. You know what I mean? I'm educated, but I still love the streets, so I just do me, right? And so then I said, I don't want to go on the radio no more because everybody got this preacher raspy voice going on. And the lady at the radio station told me, she said, Pastor Eli, that's why you need to stay on because you don't sound like everybody else. I was just
doing it abnormal.
Wow.
And then just knowing that I was in my orange clothes, jumpsuit, my rumpers.
You had the rumper on.
I had my orange.
You had the rumper on.
Listening to
man.
You know, and just know how many other people are sitting behind the walls, waiting on a preacher that sounds something different.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow. Waiting on somebody that sounds like normal.
Absolutely.
Wow. Man, that ministers to me. You don't even know. I think you kind of increased my faith today.
Hey, that's true.
It's one thing, man. I think, we talk about iron sharpening iron.
Yeah.
I think you did that for us today. Because there are times when you can feel discouraged, there are times you feel like giving up, or you wonder if it's working. I don't know if you ever felt that in Cease Fire. You wonder if it's working. The work that my wife and I do, we wonder if it's really affecting people's lives. And this today really got me in the hold on.
God sends confirmations, and that's why I tell people to always share your testimony. Always share your testimony. Don't hold them in because those stories will help somebody else.
That's true.
Right.
I'm not ashamed to be, because like I said, I'm in there listening to them.
That's real.
You see how God positions things?
He does.
He positions
And the amazing thing about it is that we knew that was our call.
Yeah.
Initially, we knew, you say God spoke to you, get on the bus. God spoke to me to start the People's Church, right? I'm on the attic floor in our house, and I heard him say, the People's Church, and it started out with just my family, 7 people, and now look at what God is doing.
I see your coach gear and everything.
Listen,
that abnormalness.
Man, I love it. I love
that
it.
abnormalness.
Listen to me, everybody, man. You've been watching He Said, She Said. Baby, take us on now. We got to go. We're out of here.
Listen, we have enjoyed today this great young man on here, Cease Fire Indy. I'm telling you, I have really, really, really enjoyed him coming and talking about the things that he was doing in the community and being led by God to do it. It's something when you hear God speak and you move on what he's telling you to do, especially when it's doing something in the community. People can see it, they can get behind it, and they can do something about it. Look him up, y'all.
Look him up.
Ron G-E-E on Facebook.
We love it,
Send him a message. Donate to his organization so that he can get his Facebook page and stuff like that up. Donate to him so that he can see that God is still providing and doing some of the things that he want to do. All right, y'all.
Thank y'all. We love y'all, man. He said, she said.
Perfect church for imperfect people, the People's Church. Join us on Sunday mornings at 11:30 a.m., 2990 West 71st Street. Visit us at tpcindy.org for more information.
Welcome to He Said, She Said. No. Welcome.
Baby, what are you doing?
He said, she said.
Time to change.
What
we gotta
are we changing for?
TB40 said we got to change.
It's not that type of change, babe. He said, she said, it's just moving to midnight Saturday nights.
Oh, we're not changing?
No.
Oh.